Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we enter a new chapter in modern air warfare, a moment where two nations with very different strategies, technologies, and ambitions are pushing their most advanced stealth fighters onto the global stage. Russia's Su-57 and Israel's F-351 Adir are not just competing aircraft. They represent two opposite philosophies of air dominance, one based on raw power and the other built around deep integration, stealth, and digital warfare. As tensions rise and both jets continue to receive upgrades, the question now stands louder than ever: who controls the sky now, and what does this rivalry mean for the future of air combat? The F-351 Adir was born out of Israel's need to maintain air superiority in one of the world's most unpredictable regions. It is a platform created not just for stealth attacks, but for full-spectrum dominance, combining information warfare, precision strikes, and electronic superiority. Israel didn't simply buy a fighter jet, it rebuilt it from the inside out, transforming the structure into a customized weapon system designed for its own operational environment. Meanwhile, Russia's Su-57 tells a different story. It is a product of decades of effort to counter Western air power, blending maneuverability, heavy weapon loads, and long-range interception abilities. Its mission is to challenge stealth fighters head-on and survive even the harshest modern battlefield conditions. What makes this comparison so important today is that both jets are finally entering the point where they can be judged not by prototypes or theoretical performance, but by operational evolution. Israel continues to integrate artificial intelligence, driven mission systems, passive sensor fusion, and next-generation electronic warfare tools into the Adir. Russia, on the other hand, pushes the Su-57 into more aggressive testing, evaluating its long-range missile capabilities and its ability to operate under heavy electronic countermeasures. Both sides believe their jet is superior, but superiority is not about appearance. It is about what survives, adapts, and wins in modern combat. The F-351's strength begins with its invisibility. Its stealth profile is among the most optimized in the world, giving it a massive advantage in the first moments of any conflict. If a jet can enter enemy airspace without being detected, it controls the timing, distance, and angle of the engagement. Israel has focused heavily on making the F-351 not only stealthy but unpredictable, with software-driven mission packages that shift dynamically based on real-time data. The aircraft receives intelligence from drones, satellites, ground sensors, and battlefield networks, allowing it to see farther and react faster than almost any jet in its class. This gives pilots a situational awareness that can decide a battle before a missile is even launched. The Su-57, however, brings brute force in areas where the F-351 emphasizes finesse. Its airframe design gives it outstanding maneuverability at both high and low speeds. Its thrust-vectoring engines allow sharp angular turns and unconventional flight paths. In close-range dogfights, this could become a serious advantage, especially if the engagement moves into visual range. Russia has also worked to increase the Su-57's ability to carry advanced air-to-air missiles internally, maintaining some level of stealth while maximizing firepower. The addition of hypersonic weapons gives it a long-range strike capability that Israel must consider seriously. The war for sky control, however, does not begin with missiles or dogfights. It begins with radar. Both jets rely heavily on how effectively they can see their opponent. The Su-57 employs an advanced radar suite with multiple arrays positioned along the fuselage, giving it wide coverage and the ability to track stealth aircraft through different frequencies. Russia developed this multi-band approach specifically to counter stealth fighters like the Adir, but Israel's response to modern radar systems has always been to attack the system itself. The F-351's electronic warfare suite is one of the most advanced in the world, capable of jamming, deceiving, or blinding radars even before they can lock onto the jet. This digital battle may decide the outcome long before weapons are fired. If a conflict were to occur, the first stage would be information warfare. The F-351 would attempt to remain invisible while mapping the battlefield. The Su-57, relying on long-range sensors, would try to detect faint signatures of the approaching jet. Whoever wins this silent contest determines the rest. If the Adir stays hidden, it gains first strike ability, launching long-range missiles from safe distances. If the Su-57 detects early, it can maneuver aggressively and force the fight into medium-range engagements where its missile advantage becomes stronger. One of the biggest differences between the two jets is their battlefield ecosystem. Israel's Air Force operates the F-351 as part of a tightly connected network. Every jet, drone, radar, and command center shares data in real time, forming a single digital cloud around the aircraft. The Su-57, while advanced, does not yet enjoy the same depth of integrated support in large numbers. Russia is still expanding its fleet and refining its support systems. This matters because modern air combat is no longer one jet against another. It is system against system. When analyzing real combat scenarios, it is clear that each fighter dominates in different types of engagements. Long-range radar evading engagements favor the F-351. Close-range high maneuverability fights favor the Su-57. Electronic warfare battles lean toward Israel. Raw weapons payload leans toward Russia. The result is a rivalry defined by asymmetry, where each jet fights differently, thinks differently, and wins differently. The battle for air dominance is not about which jet is louder, faster, or bigger. It is about which jet dictates the terms of engagement. The F-351 aims to win before it is even seen. The Su-57 aims to survive long enough to force the fight into its territory. In many ways, it is a competition between invisibility and endurance, digital warfare and physical power, software and raw engineering. As both aircraft continue to evolve, their rivalry will shape the future of aerial combat. Israel is reportedly working on deeper AI-driven mission autonomy, allowing the F-351 to process threat environments with minimal pilot workload. Russia is expanding production and preparing upgraded variants with better engines and enhanced radar absorption materials. Each nation wants to close the gap where the other excels. The question of who controls the sky now does not have a final answer yet. But what is clear is that the F-351 and Su-57 represent two of the most strategically important aircraft of this decade. Their rivalry pushes both nations to innovate faster and fight smarter. It forces military planners to rethink every rule of air combat, from how a battle begins to how it ends. The war for air dominance has shifted from theory to reality, and as the world watches, these two jets will determine what the next generation of air warfare looks like.